Wait, okay, so 181.6, new low end, but it's weird because we just recorded this clip and it was 181.4, but we're gonna go with 181.6, I guess. I feel like having some breakfast, so I'm gonna show you guys my smoothie recipe. Here we go. I'm no smoothie expert, but today we're gonna put ice, frozen berries, a vanilla yogurt, almond milk, and a scoop and a half of protein. I'm also gonna add half a serving peanut butter. And I'm gonna put just a little bit more water. I'm not a pro at making smoothies, by the way, but wow, it's really good. It's like ice cream, man. Oh my gosh. Jesus. I feel like I'm about to make a mess. Hold on. Okay. Probably could use some more. Should I put more water? Jesus. Tastes like ice. That's gonna be my breakfast for the day, guys. I know I didn't do it perfect. I will get better. It's been a while since I made a smoothie. A lot of people like to add spinach to their smoothies, which is highly recommended. I just don't like the texture it gives. I know people say, oh, you can't even taste it. I can taste it. I promise I can. So I'll have my spinach later today. So yeah, cheers.
In my opinion, ship to the label, guys, and just be like, yo, match this, perfect.
Yeah, and maybe like ship the first something orders with those. Whited out and blacked out. With the black one can have like a neon green, probably never satisfied, like right, maybe like under it, really small, like ghost big letters. Oh, I'm so excited. This is coming out real soon. We're sticking with this blue. This is the final, and I think it looks super sick with all white with the blue touch. Even the scooper is all white. You see that? Super sick. I'm really excited. And honestly, I'm like shivering. Because the smoothie is so cold, but you see me shivering, I'm just, this is the final, and with all white and blue, it's all really exciting. The smoothie is so freaking
tasty mushroom, some glow-in-the-dark ink, and a little bitty bug have in common.
What's going on, family? Welcome back to another commentary. Today I'm gonna take you through my pull workout, and this is the first time this year that we're actually doing this style of commentary. So I'm here in this little box at the bottom of the screen. You can see the whole workout behind me. I know some of you may find it a little bit distracting, but I'm gonna try to give you as many tips on these movements that I can, and I feel like it's better if I talk with my hands and sort of show you. It's just a little easier for me. So let's jump right into it. I started off with 7 to 10 minutes just playing some basketball, getting my heart rate up. I've talked about this. I go from a very sedentary sort of life. I'm on my laptop, just FaceTime calls, I'm sitting down a lot, so I need some sort of stimulation for my central nervous system to get my mind right and body right to prepare for the lifting session. So after that, we moved on to the first movement, which was a lat pull down. Now, lat pull down, main points. Number one, I like to always measure out my shoulder width, right? And then I typically go about 1.5 inches, I'd say about 2 to 3 inches outside of that. I'm not a big advocate of going super wide. Your range of motion will actually be a little bit better for your lats about right here. I also put all my hands, my fingers over the bar, my thumbs included, to help minimize form involvement. And here you can see with this angle, I actually come down, and as I come up, I almost let my body come forward, but the bar path of the pull down is staying the same. It's literally just, I kind of bring my torso in my head. The bar path almost like poking into this hole that I'm creating with my arms. But the bar path get range of motion, and I almost like poking into this hole that everything is of course always controlled. And yeah, so you're gonna notice a lot of these back movements really have the same sort of theme, right? Hands over, you want to put your fingers over the bar, minimize your bicep form involvement. But here on a row, we hear it all the time, retract the scapula, pinch your shoulder blades together. I'm actually doing the opposite here. That was a really good angle. We could see I'm getting a full stretch. So it's almost like I'm bringing my back like this, and I'm getting that stretch in my lat. So I start with the stretch in my lat, and the next step is going to be to actually retract, but I'm bringing my scapula low. So stretched, scapula is low, and then I come and pull, and I'm pulling my elbow as far back as I possibly can. So you're fully stretched, and then simply reset your form. You're stretched, boom, reset, boom, squeeze, and pull as far as you can. So it's almost like 3 things you have to think about. Stretch, reset, get tight, and then squeeze. Ever since applying that to my back training, I feel like I've seen a lot of progress. Instead of just like staying tight and doing the motion, that little stretch at the end like adds so much. and I highly recommend you guys try it out in your training. Oh, talking so quick, I'm gonna take a second. Here's my current physique. I feel like I'm finally seeing some progress. Everyone's, oh, does this guy even lift anymore? He looks like shit. I can't believe he's a fitness guy. But trust me, when this body fat comes off, you guys, the people talking crap, just wait, man. Just wait. I can see my back has improved a lot since previous years, and I'm really excited to see what's under there. I've been doing a lot of back training, and in hopes of like increasing my back size, thickness, and width, and everything. Next movement was a dumbbell curl, and key point here. A lot of times you see people alternating, which is totally fine, and a lot of times you see individuals starting off like with a neutral grip and coming like this, which is also fine. But today we choked up on the dumbbell. You can see me here kind of explaining. If you want to bring your hand at the top of the dumbbell, I'm coming up, but your bicep is actually fully flexed. Bring your hand when your pinky's out, you're supinated like this. But so your bicep is actually out the whole entire range of motion. So I'm literally your pinky's out, you're like this. I'm not rotating. I'm not going from neutral supinated. I'm just keeping literally like this the whole entire motion. And it's a different way to do them. I don't do that all the time by any means, but it is nice to kind of change it up every once in a while and do that. You can also see here I'm giving an example of like motion, leaning forward a little bit, coming up, but not break. You see my back never like comes back. I'm never breaking. This is the bench, this is my back. I may lean forward like this, come get the curl, but my back is never breaking perpendicular. I'm not leaning back and risking injury. Man, it's pretty hard to talk like this, man. But so those are a few tips on the bicep curl. Again, you don't have to do it like that, but that is a really kind of unique way to do it, and it keeps a ton of tension on your bicep, and you're already super flexed when your pinky's out like that, so it makes it a little bit more challenging. You may have to use a little less weight. Here I did a single arm high low, and pretty simple, pretty stable, getting a stretch, going down. Again, it's like when you retract like this is not what you're trying to do with your shoulder. Again, bring them down, but you're still tight at all times. Like if you're not tight when you're lifting, your core is not tight. If your scapula's not tight, if you're not just, I keep saying tight and I feel kind of awkward now. But if you're not in an ideal position, one, you're at a high risk of injury. Two, you're just, I can go on and on. Just stay tight, be in position. Two, you're tight, everything tight, 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 tight. Next movement we did a preacher curl. Here, for some reason, I don't really like the preacher, like the free weight preacher curl, but this machine, the hammer strength preacher, I just love. I love the constant tension. Sometimes I'll go like 6 to 8. I believe there I did like 4 or 5 sets of 6 to 8, or maybe 2 sets, 6 to 8, then I drop it down 12 to 15. But I feel like really locked in on that preacher, and I just love it. Next movement, I did a cable row, a single arm cable, and I just love it. To be honest, I tried to do a dumbbell row, and I've been telling you guys about my back pain. I'm kind of experiencing my lower back pain, so I literally went to go do a dumbbell row like right now during this video, and the pressure on my lower back just hurts so bad on my foot. I just picked like an 80-pound dumbbell up, which I could normally do more if my back wasn't hurting, but I immediately like dropped it. I was like, I cannot do this right now. So I went and did this instead, but I would have ideally wanted to do a dumbbell row here. That would have been my top choice. I'm just freaking back, man. I'm trying to pinpoint exactly like, because it hurts really, really bad some days, and then the pain kind of goes down a little bit for a few days, and it spikes back up. I don't know. I just need to really get that looked at, get that fixed, start working on treating that, I guess. I hate when people complain about injuries. Just shut up. Okay, shutting up. Next movement, we did a dumbbell pullover, and this movement I actually haven't done this. We did a dumbbell pullover in the past year, year and a half, but I almost regret not doing it during my bulk because it's such a great movement, and I want you guys to try it out. My key point here, you pinch your back onto the bench, and okay, this is the bench, this is my body. You'll notice like I come down here, so this is the dumbbell. It's like here to here, right? I'm keeping tension on my lat, so I'm coming like this, like this, like this. But if I were to bring that dumbbell all the way like this, to where I'm just kind of holding it in front of my chest, there's no tension on my lat. And so that's why I kind of bring it back to where there is tension on my lat, and like that's my starting point. So to where this is like here on my chest, I'd start like right here, and that's like my starting point. So I gotta go like this. I'd start like right like this, if that makes sense. So you're cutting out that little like from here to here and just keeping the tension on the whole time. And I also put my hands on a triangle on the dumbbell like that. I put the dumbbell right there. This movement was just like kind of like a filler movement. I normally just do really bread and butter bicep movements, but it was just fun to do. I laid on the floor, cut an easy curl, and did 2 sets close, 2 sets wide. I honestly felt so freaking good this day, which I did a talk which you're gonna see after this workout. But I didn't want to stop. I felt, I think I did like 9, 10 exercises. I didn't want, and I could have done more. I did like 9, 10 exercises. Here's a rear delt, here's a real movement. I'm only using 12 pounds. A lot of times you see guys try to get 30, 40, 50 pounds. They're like, which is fine, but that's more of a back trap dominant movement. If you're actually trying to target the rear delt, this little muscle right here, not your back, this little muscle, go with the lightweight and just be sure, muscle right here, not grab the dumbbells, and just be sure that I'm actually pulling the weight up with that muscle group to the best I can, minimizing the trap involvement. And then another back movement to the best I can. I did 3 sets of this cable row, which I start off in a position where my palms are facing down, pronated, and I'm stretched. I come back and I'm rotating as I come in to where my palms are facing up and I'm squeezing my back. This last set was a really poor example. I'm sorry, I just kind of stayed in a pronated spot, but ideally you want to rotate. A really poor example, movement was a hammer curl. And on a lot of the curling, guys, I don't really care if you do it seated or standing. A hammer curl. I don't want you cheating and like breaking perpendicular either way. Or if you do it seated or depends on you. We did 5 sets of rope punches and that was a workout. So if you enjoyed this, give this video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Sit back, relax, enjoy the rest of the vlog. We just finished up this workout and today was the best session I've had this entire summer shredding. So over 2 weeks, today was my best workout. I don't know, there's a mixture of not having distractions. No one came up to me. I was just like in the zone recording and I felt absolutely incredible. And I just want to say that momentum is everything, guys. Like the beginning motivation, that's already kind of starting to settle in. Real life is hitting. You realize, oh, I had so much like motivation and everything at the beginning when those first videos are coming out. Oh, now you kind of start slacking a little bit. No, you keep that momentum going, and what does that is like seeing those little changes, seeing the scale go down, hitting a new little weight, and it's really exciting. Seeing your body in the mirror, oh man, my triceps popping a little more. It gets you fired up and it gets you going, and you have to be addicted to that progress. Don't chase the end physique. Don't chase the super shredded six-pack. Chase that little progress. Get excited and be happy and proud when you see those small little changes, the weigh-ins, the mirror, and that's what's gonna keep you going. That's what's gonna make you last the entire 90 days throughout this journey. And I feel so much fucking momentum right now, and I just hope that you guys feel the same, and I hope that you just can stick with what you decided to do, which is this transformation. So I'm gonna go have my shake, and I got a meeting. The entire 90 days, and I feel so much.
I'll probably get like $300.
YouTube finally agreed to monetize my videos again, so that's good. So Nabil and I are using copyright-free songs now. Yes, and AdSense is set up, right?
Yeah. So we now just have to wait until like mid-month for AdSense to report earnings.
I missed out on 3 months of freaking just $0.
You're demonetized for 3 fucking months. Thanks, YouTube.
That's all right. As long as y'all like the videos, man. And you see Guzman is you're just kidding. Energy. Oh, you know what she did? You know what this girl did yesterday? She's never done in 5 years of being alive. Rolled in dog shit. I was walking her and I was on my phone, not paying attention. All over her face, all over her neck. Had to put her in the shower. And my little shower handle, I don't have a shower handle, so it didn't come off. So like the water was only coming from top, and like it was messy. It was a shitty situation.
This is how I work out, dude.
Does this look familiar to you guys? If it does, I freaking appreciate you, man. Like extra appreciate you. Dude, I have goosebumps, man. Look, you see that? This is the very first gym that we ever, like, this is like the first step that I ever took, was leasing out Suite 501 right here. This is Suite 501. This is how big it is. This is the suite right here, this one. The blue gym, man, blue walls and everything. But so the reason we're here is because when I first started doing CG Fitness apparel, CG Fitness across the chest, the Proud but Never Satisfied shirts, the hoodies and all that, I was in this building and I didn't know who to go to for my printing. And ironically, Paul, who's now a really good friend of mine, owns a printing company right here. And so I met him like back in that sort of time frame, and we ended up becoming really good friends. We worked together on a ton of projects, and he's like one of the people that really impacted my life at the beginning and my business and everything, and he's a really good friend of mine. So what we're gonna do for the summer shredding, I know last year we came out with like a bunch of different t-shirts and all this stuff, and we're not doing that this year. We're gonna keep it super simple, not gonna make a whole summer shredding line. We're launching one hoodie. We're doing a black hoodie. It's not gonna be like a super fitted, amazing material Alphalete hoodie. It's gonna be a throw-on hoodie, something that you can do your cardio in, something you don't have to, it's gonna be baggy, nice and comfortable, and just an easy throw-on hoodie. And I figured it'd be really cool to kind of bring Paul back into this, drive some business over here, and do it local. So we're gonna print these hoodies local. We're about to go and meet with Paul and do like, kind of figure out where we wanna put the logos and all that. And yeah, so they're gonna be coming out in a few weeks, so let's go check them out. What's up, Paul?
Hey man, how are you?
Good to see you.
Yes.
I know you guys had a chat last time.
Yeah, I pulled out a small and an extra large, and then we can figure out what size that you want to print.
Cool. All right, so this is our final logo, and it's actually gonna be in these colorways, white and kind of CG blue, and we're gonna go right here on the left pec, nice and subtle, 4 inches wide. So that's how it's gonna look. Now we're gonna go in the warehouse and actually see all the hoodies they already got here. So now it's just like print them, get them done, and release them to you guys. So all these boxes are gonna be, these are all the hoodies. So we got some work to do. Keep you busy.
Yes.
All right, so ETA, Paul, 2 weeks?
Yeah, between 2 and 3 weeks sometime.
2 and 3 weeks,
yeah.
So you guys will be first to know. We'll see you later. We're currently here at Subway, and I just want to say, if you guys need any printing work done, if you're trying to do t-shirts or hoodies or embroidery like on hats or beanies or any sort of product you can think of, Paul is a guy to go to. I highly recommend him. I'm actually going to link him in the description box down below, and you don't have to be like insured or anything to work with him. Go to the website, shoot him an email, and he'd be happy to work with you guys. So with that said, we're here at Subway, and Subway is one of the few restaurants that I go to on prep because they're very consistent with their servings. And so if you go to the Subway website, you can actually like type in Subway nutrition calculator, you can build your sub and see like protein, fat, carbs, fiber, all that good stuff. And so yeah, what I get is the whole wheat bread, rotisserie chicken. I don't get double meat because I feel like it's just too much chicken to like, I don't know. It's like probably 50, 60 grams of protein in here just on single serving. I get Swiss cheese, lettuce, spinach, tomato, bell pepper, red onion, salt and pepper, oregano, and the secret, okay, all their dressings are pretty fatty here. And so if you ask, they have this behind the counter normally, the fat-free Italian dressing, you have 0 calories, 0 fat, about maybe 5 grams of carbs or so for the whole entire thing, but this tastes delicious. So you have to ask the person working if they can go to the back and get it for you, or it's just like under the shelf. I drizzle this on, oh man, soaking in this stuff, so good. So we're gonna eat this, and yeah, see you next week. Bill and I are here listening to some NF, and just finished at Subway. We were talking about how like the food was actually pretty bad, but the sandwich took so long to get made. Like the guy making it, no offense, he was just really slow and like not really paying attention and stuff. And I'll never forget one time I went to Subway, not that same one, it was a different one. And the lady that was working and making the sandwiches, like she was so energetic and like she was electrifying, and she was like so fast making her sandwich. She was faster than I could even think. And like at that moment, like I wanted to offer this before I really needed much. I was like, damn, if I had a company, I would freaking try to get you to come work for me in an instant because of your energy. And it's like, I don't think people realize that if you don't really enjoy the spot you're in, if you don't really enjoy the job you're doing, which is honestly probably majority of people, and you're not happy with where you're at, it's like you can't perform like you're not happy and you're not. If you do that, like you're never gonna see opportunity. But if you're on your game, you fucking suck it up, get on your game, work as hard as you can, even if you hate what you're doing temporarily, and someone's gonna come across in your life. You're gonna impress someone. You never know who's gonna walk into your job. You never know who you could meet or what opportunity could present itself. And people just don't think like that though. They just think that, oh, I'm just stuck here, poor me, and it's like, you'd be shocked at what can happen to your life if you take some damn initiative, man. And it's easier said than done, apparently, but if I could give you guys one piece of advice, it would be to be in your freaking game and no one's completely happy with what no one loves their day, every single part of their day. There's parts that are annoying and just, you guys get the point. So that's my quick talk. Now we're gonna go get Nala. Here we go. Hey, Mom. Hi. Wait, what's up? I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, shut up, what do you want? God.
Nala, you wanna go home? We miss you. We miss you.
What's up, Summer Shredders? You know, like all these like vloggers like call their subscribers stuff? Yeah. Y'all don't have a nickname, you're just the fam, right? Summer Shredders. What's up, Summer Shredders? No. No. I'm currently grilling up this chicken that I bought earlier this week. This is 3 packs of chicken, and I started on this way. I think these are actually probably ready to flip. They're pretty thin. I don't know, a little longer. But I put it on like a low heat. I'm trying to keep this as close as possible, but I keep wanting to show you guys. And I'm snacking on a box of blueberries. These are jumbo blueberries. It says jumbo on it. They're actually very large, like huge. Watch this, right? One. Super impressive, huh? I think blueberries are my favorite berry. It's not going to so good. Alright, so the chicken's about to be done. Lemon juice on there, just like this. To finish off my macros for the day, I've got 6 ounces of 96 raw beef, this garlic and herb sauce, and I'm doing a pack of the ready pasta. Like that. Just throw some salt in there. And off screen, or off camera, off screen, like I'm an actor. I had 3 slices of chicken breast. So, just with like buffalo sauce, and that's it. Like, dude, like everyone wants to see these recipes. I'm gonna do some recipes for Summer Stream, but I eat like a caveman, man. I just like, I don't care what I'm eating. I just need to get the macros in, you know what I mean? Later in prep, I start caring, but right now, I'm just like, I could have beef and rice every single meal and be completely happy. Like, ooh, you know what? I'm gonna throw some fat-free cheese on here. Joe's making some shrimp and chicken.
Well, my macros look better than his. So. Probably not better. Look at that. Look better. It does look good.
I'll see y'all tomorrow. Into a transition. Joe, what do we do? My pan's boring. Ooh, let's jump into it. Actually, no, we're not gonna do that. I'll just see y'all tomorrow.
That was it right there.
Do it. Clap. What's going on, guys? I'm here with Nabil, and the video is already like 24 minutes, and so we actually decided not to really record too much today. I just worked out with Shawley, had a really good workout, no cameras or anything. I weighed in this morning at 182.6. I've been really good with my food and my macros. Oh, we should put a little, we went to lunch with Becca today, and she took us to this really cool spot. We'll put that footage in right now. We're at Seaside Poke, and this is first time I've ever been here. It's kind of far away from the house, 20-25 minutes, but Becca says this is the only really good poke spot in Houston. So I got a large bowl. This is gonna be the majority of my carbs today. So I got extra white rice. So 2 servings of white rice, 5 scoops of tuna, straight protein, and then I honestly just got a ton of veggies. I got cucumber, edamame, corn, onions. I got imitation crab for extra protein. If I were to guess, and for sauce, I just use like a soy sauce, so a little high in sodium, but you're not looking at a lot of calories or anything like that. If I rounded this up, I'd probably say 40 to 50 grams of protein, probably like 110 to 125 grams of carbs, and 10 to 15 grams of fat. So actually maybe a little more protein, but in general, a very clean meal. So I'm gonna enjoy this right now. That place was so good that I actually got myself a bowl to go, the exact same bowl I had, and I might have it like tonight, if not tomorrow. And I got Heidi a bowl because she's coming over later on today. And I figured it'd be cool to do a Q&A with her, like a little couples Q&A, because I've never done that on my channel, and I need a title and thumbnail, so. Transparency, bro. So she should be here any minute. Yes. Hello.
Do you even care? Do you love me?
Hey, babe. You ready? Oh, hello. I'm just gonna start the story. So, we plan on doing Q&A, and we did a Q&A. We recorded like 20 minutes of footage, and it was great. We answered a bunch of questions, but the most requested question was asking if Heidi and I were moving in together. Right now, we're talking to the camera way later in the day, and we recorded the Q&A earlier, but we were like recording the Q&A, we came across a question, and it was kind of like, oh, we haven't really talked, we should probably... Like,
we talked about it a little bit, but we were like...
Yeah. And
we had brought it up a few times, and I'd be like, yeah.
And so we didn't really know how to answer, and so it kind of led to this like awkward, like...
Were you awkward?
I was pretty awkward in the footage. It's, you know... Tell you why, we've been together for a month straight. We've been together a lot of time straight, 24/7. Not even think really like we're good, so we don't do anything. And to me, I'm like, I'm down. I'm down. We kind of shut the camera off and like actually talked about it for like a solid hour, like a relationship talk, which we don't really have too many of those, but we had a really productive one. If you guys didn't know, I live in Houston, Texas. Heidi lives in San Antonio, Texas, which is a 2 hour 45 all the way up to 4 hours depending on traffic drive, and we go back and forth, and we've been dating a year and 4 months.
A year and 4 months.
A year and 4 months-ish, almost a year and a half, and yeah, the question's coming up, and you know, my initial thought like a few months ago, and I brought it up to Heidi. I was, hey, I want you to come down to Houston 100%, and like I do. I realized that was my answer. Like I really do, and
then we didn't really.
Yeah.
You had brought it up twice, and we were just like, okay. And I was in my head, I was like, yeah. I was like, but how can we like make that happen? Because like my employees and like my warehouse and everything is in San Antonio. Mm-hmm. Everything he has is in Houston. Mm-hmm. So Heidi kind of like said, you know what? I'll be the one to move because you know you have more like I guess concrete things in Houston. Your family's there. Her family's in Alaska. The gym and all this stuff. And you know, for a few months, we're like, all right, that sounds good. I guess that'll be the game plan. And her lease doesn't end until August, September anyway, so we're like, yeah, we'll just kind of go with that. But then today it came up again, and we had to really think. Wait,
we kind of have to figure this out.
How can we actually make this happen?
Yeah, well, we were like, we kind of need an answer. And like recently, I've kind of been hesitant, and
because one of our friends was like, oh, I moved in with my girlfriend, and it like ruined our relationship. So both of us were like,
I know.
But it's not everybody.
No. So here's what we're gonna do. After talking it out, I wanted Heidi to move in like right away, but then like recently I've kind of been like, maybe we shouldn't. And I found out like the core reason to why I don't think we should yet.
Because everything is so good now that we're like, oh my gosh, we move in together and we just hate each other.
No, that's not it. Like the reason that like I dissected today in our conversation was that if Heidi was like, you know, it's up to you. Like, if you're 1,000%, I'm so in. But like for me, if I were to decide for her to not drop everything, but to leave her friends, her work, her baby, essentially her company's her baby, and everything she has in San Antonio to come up and move over here and kind of commute back and forth a few times a month, I feel like she wouldn't really be here. Physically, she would be majority of the time, but she'd still be commuting. She still has like her baby is in San Antonio, and so what we kind of decided is that we should put off living together for a little bit, only until we can kind of have
Until I can bring my business
to
Houston. That way, like, everything is in Houston.
Yeah, or else, like, if it was just Heidi here, like, and we're going to Alphalete every day, we're surrounded by it's like there's no personal space for her. There's no, like, there's no spot for her to develop and work on herself, her companies, be creative without, like, being drowned by... And it sucks, like, you kind of do get drowned by whatever you're around. And, like, her employees would lose a connection with Heidi if she were to leave. If I were to leave Houston, my employees would lose a connection. And that's just not something we can really... It's not something I want us to go through.
We travel so much, too, that, like, we just,
It's not something we... Like, once we can... Like, Heidi can come here, she can have her business here, she can have her warehouse and her employees here, and I can have my stuff going on here separately. Like, that is when I think will be the perfect time.
Like, just be overall better.
Yeah, but I 100% want you to move in.
You do.
It's just the logical thing, which it's crazy.
If we were based on emotions, like, we would be like, okay, yeah, like, I'll just move in tomorrow.
I broke your lease and moved in months ago. But we realized today that was like that was a dissected reason of why I was like kind of scared and hesitant, because I don't want to.
But I was scared and hesitant too. Like we were both like, so we'd just be like awkward whenever someone bring it up. We'd be like, yeah, so how is this gonna work?
Yeah.
So
I guess at first it sounded like a great idea like 4 months ago, and then
now we're
reality
like, okay,
comes, logical logic. She wouldn't be happy here because she would still have a piece for somewhere else.
Like I would be happy, but it'd still be like where I'm at now, where it's just like back and forth. It's like, okay, like just going back and forth in between San Antonio and Houston. So I think if everything
I want to save it for when she moves. Houston's like her new home. I guess like to wrap up the question, which was the most popular question we got, the answer would be in the foreseeable future, but no set time frame. We don't really believe in time frames, but sooner than later,
guys.
Like under year and a half, 2 years or so. As long as like just everyone needs a heads up, like we need to get it going, get it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can't just like throw that on anyone from San Antonio to move over. So it's a big deal, and we're just gonna keep enjoying things how they are right now. But it is something we like literally thought of like kind of jumping into very recently. So I'm glad we kind of stepped back and really evaluate the long run move.
And it's because of you guys asking these questions.
Yeah, you guys sparked this conversation in us that honestly we'd been needing to sort out for like a while, and today kind of this Q&A.
Well, we kind of talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, and it was kind of, it was like, like last time we had a different answer than we have right now. Now that we were able to logically talk it through, which is super cool. So thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.
For helping us out. Appreciate you. And I can't wait for one day.
He just wants all my decorations.
I want all the decor.
Whatever.
Yeah,
it's cool.
So that's the game plan.